What's up everyone, I hope you're having a great day. Today on this episode of Autopilot Thursdays, we're gonna drive from Tustin, California to Los Angeles area, probably downtown area, and see how Autopilot does on our 1 hour and a half commute. All right, stay tuned, see you there. Okay, so it's 3:30 p.m. right in the thick of the rush hour traffic on a Thursday. So this is it. I'm not going to engage autopilot. Well, actually I can. Let's go ahead and engage autopilot. Nope. So all it's going to let me do is going to do speed cruise control or cruise control speed. So it's not going to let me. Oh, actually there we go. So now it's on autopilot, but I'm not sure. It's not going to recognize these meters, the California meters for the highways. So we'll see what happens when we get to it. This will be interesting. Okay, so we're heading up to Los Angeles, 36-mile commute, an hour and 24 miles. We'll just really see how autopilot engages on this merge up here and see how it engages with these cars coming up. Ooh, autopilot just broke brakes. Okay, so 1 car per lane. So now it's just hesitating. I guess it sees the red light maybe? No? Okay, it's not gonna go, so I'm gonna overtake it. Let's throw it back on. It didn't give me any errors or anything on what to do, so I'm pretty curious on what just happened there. Alright, so at some point I do need to get into the left lane, so let's just see what autopilot just wants to do. So it's going to, and it is not gonna go, is it? Okay, so that Lexus sped up and now it's just freaking out. That's hilarious. So it probably freaked out twice trying to get in and then get out again. The Lexus RX behind us is probably like, what the heck is going on? So this guy right here. So we got some trucks to our left, 20 miles an hour. We'll just crawl our way back to LA. So autopilot wants me to get into the left lane. So we'll probably just wait a little bit and then do it. Alright, just crawling through LA traffic. It's 95 degrees out, clear sunny skies in California as always.
In 1 mile, keep left to stay on Interstate 5 North toward Newport Beach, Santa Ana.
Okay, so that was actually pretty smooth. There was a Camry right there, you can see it. I thought it was too close so the autopilot wouldn't actually trigger and go through, but it went through perfectly fine. So now we're just following behind this semi-truck. You guys know me, I don't really particularly like being behind semi-trucks, but at this speed it's okay. So now it looks like the semi-truck in front of us wants to move over to the left. So that should free up some room. Autopilot just wants to stay in this lane. It looks like we're gonna go straight through the interchange, so no highway merges, even though it's signaling a highway merge. Is this truck gonna do it? And there he goes. And look at this lane ahead of us. So much room. Autopilot cutoff number 1 for this commute. Should keep a tally. And I guess that guy got cut off right after kind of too. They both merged into that lane, so. So I noticed a couple posts on Facebook that motorcyclists, they do a lot of lane splitting here in California, and where the motorcyclists ride through the lanes. And because Tesla kind of tries to keep in the center of the lane as much as it can, it does kind of sway in between the lane because it's trying to get that perfect center on, like, when it's like adjusting to a turn or a curve. So I guess motorcyclists see that and they get frustrated because there's not enough room for them, because you're supposed to make room for them, and they just get frustrated with Teslas and just punch. There's some posts that I've seen where Teslas have had their mirrors punched off by motorcyclists because they rode by and they were upset. So definitely be cognizant when you're driving with autopilot and there's motorcyclists around in traffic. You don't want to make it you don't want to close too much of the gap so that they feel like they don't have enough room as well. Because no one wants to get stuck in Tesla's.
Stay on Interstate 5 North.
No one wants to get their car stuck in a body shop waiting for a mirror and it's just down for weeks because of Tesla part shortages. So it looks like this might just be a complete straight shot. No highway changes. Yes, there's only one highway change 29 miles from now, so just sitting on the highway in rush hour traffic. Alright, let's see how autopilot takes this. So there's two lanes merging from the right. The lane at IMIM got a little bit bigger, and that car just pulled out of this lane. So we know that autopilot doesn't want to close any gaps unless if a little bit of the car is still in the lane, it's not going to go ahead. So there was a little bit of a hesitation there, which could have allowed for other cars to kind of move in and close the gap, to move into the gap that autopilot has created. Okay, so this is pretty much just stop and go traffic. I'll probably stop the camera now and I'll check back with you guys in a little bit. Alright, we got up to highway speeds now, 75 miles an hour, 74 miles an hour. You can't see it on the camera, but autopilot is like pumping the brakes a little bit here and there. Just trying to stay in the... Okay, so it just did it again. Even though the car, you can see the Honda CR-V is like it's actually accelerating past us. So we're pretty good, not like there's people tailing us. Maybe increase speed to maybe like 80 miles an hour, so maybe it doesn't think that it needs to stay at 75 miles an hour, but we're just going up the 5 right now, going north. It's about 3:58 p.m., so a little bit later than when I ended the last clip. 80 miles an hour, pretty open. There's probably going to be some traffic coming up. Probably should reduce speed soon so I don't eat up my battery. Maybe get into another lane. Autopilot's pretty smooth right now. Open highway, cruising at 80 miles an hour. There's no reason for it to freak out. Probably going to drop down to 75 miles an hour in a little bit. So this Highlander coming up, it's got its left ticker on. Okay, never mind, and decided to go right. Passing through Buena Park. Decreased a little speed on that turn there. It's just pacing this truck. Okay, so here comes some traffic. So this is where it gets a little dicey. We're about to go 77 miles an hour. The car in front of us is braking slowly. There's a lot of traffic ahead, I can see. Now it's accelerating a little bit, 57. It's going to brake pretty quickly here, I imagine. Okay, so that might have been dicey if this Nissan SUV moved out of our way at the last second. Okay, so now we're gonna go to a almost complete stop. So that was pretty smooth actually, not too bad. We just went from 75 miles an hour, 80 miles an hour, down to 20 miles an hour, all autopilot. You gotta love LA traffic. 20 miles and it's gonna take us 54 minutes to get there. Okay, so looks like we're entering a construction area right now. So we'll see if autopilot freaks out. I do find that when we enter construction areas, because I guess maybe the lines on the road aren't as clear or it's not an identified construction area, that autopilot doesn't necessarily know what to do. Okay, so autopilot thinks I'm on the local road because of the change in the highway. So it just disengaged something, so I'm not sure what it disengaged. But I should...
1,000 feet, turn right onto Phoebe Avenue.
So it thinks I'm on that local road to the right. But we should just be able to drive right through it, so let's see if it gets confused. Okay, now we're back on the highway. Perfect. Okay, full stop. Oh, and we're off again. So the right lane seems to be going pretty quick, but autopilot doesn't want to go in the right lane. I guess it just hasn't detected that it's faster yet, or the cars are going too quick for it to try and get into that lane. Okay, we'll come back once we get into another highway interchange. See you soon. Okay, so we're getting into the Los Angeles metropolitan area, or Los Angeles County area. We're 2.2 miles away from Santa Monica exit. Okay, so autopilot just wanted to brake like crazy for right there for some reason. Maybe it's trying to figure out these lane curvatures. There's a Honda CR-V in front of us, small SUV that's braking a little bit, so autopilot's trying to react. And we're into some traffic. We're about 2 miles away from the Santa Monica exit, so we'll see how autopilot handles these merges and the exit from this. So we have a Accord, a sedan about to come into our lane. Autopilot wants to change into the right lane to follow the route, but there's a car to the right of us, so we're not going to be able to do that. Okay, we're picking up some speed, 50 to 60 miles an hour. I'm probably gonna, let's see, let me engage. Let me allow the autopilot to make a right lane change and see what happens. So it's braking a little bit.
Hazard reported.
There's a big SUV on the right side. Okay, we're still gonna go. Okay, so not bad. It's gonna be an exit. So now it wants me to get in the left lane again for a faster lane change. Let's go ahead and do that. Oh, freaked out a little bit there. Okay, it's increasing some speed. BMW's gonna come in our lane. Is autopilot gonna freak out? No? Okay. It's gonna increase some more speed. We're going 60 miles an hour. Now we're behind this huge truck, so it's probably gonna slow down a little bit. Okay, decreasing some more speed. We're about to jump onto the I-5 North exit towards Santa Monica. Truck is out of our way now, so we'll probably increase some more speeds.
To stay on.
Okay, now we're taking the I-10 West exit towards Santa Monica. Okay, so let's see how autopilot. Oh, heavy braking.
Hazard reported ahead.
Okay, ooh, wow. Okay, this is gonna get interesting. There is a, I thought it was a truck. This is completely stopped, but it was just a truck that came to a stop in the left lane. Autopilot wants to get into the right lane now to follow the route. Looks like it's pretty clear, so let's go ahead and give it that access. Okay, pretty smooth. Some light braking there. It wants me to get into the next right lane, but there's a good amount of cars that are trying to. The right lane is going faster a little bit, but it needs me to get into the right lane to follow the route. So let's go ahead and engage. Oh, a little too late there. Yeah, this is not going to work. Probably going to have to cancel. Okay, so this nice person is letting me come through. We got a car coming on from the right side, autopilot. Okay, some more braking before the car gets out of our lane. And this should be good enough to get off the exit here. We should be able to stay in this lane until we get off the exit. It's around 4:42 p.m. Rush hour traffic, almost arriving back down into downtown LA. And coming to almost a complete stop, 5 miles an hour. Thank you, Waze. Okay, well, looks like we got about 2 to 3 or 2 lanes merging on the right with us into our 4 lane. So I'm starting to realize that autopilot gets really confused on highway merges. When it can't see the right lane anymore because it's about to, when it merges with 2 other lanes, it gets confused. It starts to jitter back and forth and it makes you grab the steering wheel or wants notification that you're touching the steering wheel. So let's see how it does on this one. Autopilot's still recognizing the lane. Okay, now the lane has just disappeared. It's starting to notice that some cars are coming in, and it is completely not recognizing that this car is right here. And autopilot has been disengaged. So auto steer is completely disengaged, but now the cruise control speed is still engaged. So now it's just going to follow it. So now it's back on again. So it's funny, the person in that car above me kind of looked in the mirror and looked at me and kind of gave me the what the heck look, because autopilot just wouldn't give it any room. So unfortunately in that scenario, autopilot is not really it's not really up to speed there. And so I do not recommend, if you're in a highway merge lane and there's cars merging in, the autopilot is not going to recognize that at all. Okay, my exit's coming up in 1.6 miles, so Autopilot's reminding me to get into the right lane. So yeah, that should be it, guys. Thanks for watching this Autopilot Thursday segment. Comment below if you have run into the same issues that I am, or if you think that Autopilot's getting better on your end. Or comment below if you are running into the same issues that I am and how you're dealing with it. Thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe if you want to see more Autopilot or Model 3 Tesla content. Thank you, and see you next week. Bye.